hello, and greetings from Mexico City. I'm delighted to be here celebrating our second anniversary of my book. And what a better way to celebrate than with a new edition, a new language for this book. In this case, is the Japanese edition of the Data Strategies for Data Governance. So join me in this celebration. I want to welcome my co-host and responsible of making this dream true, Steve Hoverman.
Thank you, Mario. Actually, I'm going to wear my celebration hat for this, so I'm going to put this on right here. I'm so happy to be part of this event, and very excited, especially about the Japanese version, because if you look at the world market for books, Japan is in the top 5. So you have US, China, UK, Germany, Japan, not even in that order. Japan is most likely number 3. And so it's such an important market for publishers in general, and also for books on data. So really excited to be part of the celebration.
Thank you. Thank you for being here with me and celebrating. And join me welcoming our special guest, starting with someone that is totally responsible for me writing this book, because she was the one encouraging me very strongly. Marilou, she said, you have to write this because our community in data management needs to know this message. And well, she has always been my role model. So I want to welcome Danette McGilvray.
Thank you, Mary Lou. Wow, that was a really nice intro, and everything that you said, I was going to say later, but I'll say it again later, because it is true that we all need this book. I am so excited that you did the work, and I'm so excited to be here and celebrate the Japanese edition.
Thank you. And I want to mention that besides inviting Danette because of what I just said, she has also been opening the path for data management authors, having her book on data quality, her book on executing data quality projects.
Yeah.
With the 10 steps, sorry about that, about the 10 steps for quality data and information and trusted information. So that book is already there in the market, in the Japanese market, that Steve already mentioned how relevant it is. So I was sure to follow her steps, and here I am celebrating my book also in that very relevant market. And well, I also invited another author and good friend, David Plotkin, because he not only contributed with my book, because I have an interview with him in the book, but he's also an author of data stewardship, and his book is also translated. It was also translated to Japanese. It's also in that market. So for me, in this celebration, it was very important to have both Danette and David Plotkin as authors with Japanese editions of their books. Unfortunately, he had a last minute emergency and he can't be here, but I want to send him a huge hug and my gratitude for collaborating with this book. And well, we couldn't be talking about a Japanese edition without a great team that work very, very, very detailed oriented in this translation. I was amazed on the way that they work, and I want to welcome Yasushi Kiyama, who was the translator leader, and he is the current president of DEMA Japan, who, along with Taisei Yoshimura and Toru Miyagi, did this tremendous work. And we're going to have a chance for them to tell us the challenges. I really didn't imagine the sort of challenges that they had to face for this translation, but they will tell us about that. So welcome, and I'm very proud and very grateful for this work that you have done. So thank you for being here.
I'm very happy to be here, and congratulations to you, and also congratulations to the Japanese data management professionals to have this book.
Hey, there it is.
Very nice.
Thank you, thank you. Well, I want to start this celebration by giving the audience some background of the book. Some of you watching this perhaps have already heard about this book, perhaps not. So I want to take some minutes to go through what this book is about before letting our guests tell us their experience around either the translation or having a book in Japan. So can we have the presentation here, please? Okay, thank you. Well, a little bit of background on this. This book was the result of my first, I worked 32 years in the financial sector. And when I retired, it was 6 years ago, my first project was on helping an organization defining their data strategy. At that moment, I had no idea how to do that. So I went and researched some literature around data strategy, but I still didn't find anything to tell me step by step how to do that. So that's how I came up with a method that is the one described here in this book. And I'm very proud and delighted and thrilled because this book was alive in September 2023 in English. Although English is not my main language, well, I decided to write it in English just because I wanted people like Danette, like Steve, like David Plotkin, Tom Redman, Bill Inman, and other thought leaders to read my work and to give me some feedback. And that was an immense gift that I had. In the first anniversary, when we celebrated the first birthday of the book, the Spanish translation was out, the Spanish edition. And now that we are celebrating the second anniversary of the book, what a present we have with this Japanese edition. So this is a journey, but this doesn't end here. We have more languages to come in the next days. We are expecting the Chinese version, the Portuguese version, and hopefully a German one, who knows. So the journey doesn't end here. So, but what can you find in the book? Well, the PAC method, PAC standing for, I don't know how that translated in Japanese, the team will tell us, but PAC stands, at least in English, for a pragmatic, agile, and easy to communicate method to define data strategies. It's comprised of 3 components. These 3 components are a framework for the different data strategies, because I say data strategies in the plural, and Toru will tell us how they handle that plural way in Japanese. Well, that's different types of strategies linked together. And for each of those strategies, I thought, well, what could be an easy and pragmatic way to communicate those strategies. And I'm a Canvas lover since 2006 when I learned about the business model Canvas. That's why I always wear this Mondrian's blouse when I'm talking about my method, because the core thing here in the method is based on the use of canvases. This is what makes it very pragmatic. And the third component is a set of steps that have to be repeated every year. So that's, in a short, the PAC method. But at this point, I would like to hear Yasushi tell us why they decided to translate this to Japanese, and what is the current state of data strategy in Japan. Why do they think this book could be useful for the data management practitioners and professionals in Japan? So, Yasushi.
Okay. I'd like to explain the current situation regarding building data strategies in Japan. It is still before dawn. The IT side talks only about applications and tools that process data rather than data itself. These are referred to as a blah blah platform, data blah blah platform, and the business side mistakenly believes that introducing such a platform will solve their current data problems. Data strategy is perceived as nothing more than a data processing strategy. And the second, the business side is unable to design KPIs based on data in relation to their goals. Executives and senior business line managers set goals at a certain aggregated level. In principle, those goals should be broken down to the operational level and the progress tracked accordingly. But in reality, they are fragmented along the way. The business side often cannot define goals in the most detailed level of business terms. When I say inventory, I mean inventory, they say. And third, the data management professionals should support the business side. However, to do so, it seems necessary to improve their knowledge and skills in business metadata and data modeling. The data management professionals should assist the business side in advancing KPI design using detailed business metadata and convey those specifications to the IT side. There is much to be done, such as introducing controlled vocabularies. However, to do so, it seems necessary to improve their knowledge and skills in business metadata and data modeling. Therefore, I hope this book will serve as a catalyst for both the business side and the IT side to gain new insights into data and data strategy and to take steps toward to better decision for the business. Okay, this is the current situation. Toru, could you explain the challenge of translation?
Okay, hi. I'm Toru Miyaji. I'm Vice President of Daima Japan. I'd like to talk about challenges during the translation. First chart shows translation cycle. We translated this book as a team of 3 people. First, I did a rough translation, and then Yasushi and Taise reviewed and modified it. After that, we repeated reviewing and revising process many times. During the translation, there are 3 main challenges. Challenge 1. There are differences in linguistic principles between English and Japanese. For example, there are no plural forms in Japanese. So both strategy and strategies are translated into same Japanese. But we know that the distinction between the two is important. So we managed it. Challenge 2. We must translate the same expression into the same Japanese. For example, the word specific can be translated into several Japanese. The blue specific and the red specific need to be translated into different Japanese. But the expression specific data management function strategies appears many times in this book. Each time, the word specific must be translated into the same Japanese. Challenge 3, one fix cascades in many places. Get business insight is the name of step 2 in the data strategy cycle. At first, I translated the word insight into dōsatsu. Actually, dōsatsu is a kind of difficult Japanese word. Yasushi said the word insight should be translated into just insight. So I updated all 15 figures and related sentences. But after 1 month, Yasushi changed his mind and said, let's translate this word back to dōsatsu. So I updated all 15 figures and related sentences again. Like this way, every time we made one change, I had to update all the figures and sentences. These were my challenges during the translation. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. No, thanks to you, because I never imagined this sort of challenges.
Yeah.
Never. For me, it's easy. Oh, I want to translate the book. Okay, go and translate it.
Yeah.
But well, we don't have capital or small letters. And I normally write data management or data governance with capital letters. And when I heard from you that we don't have capital letters here, how do we want to distinguish the first letter in those words? So that was also an interesting challenge that I never imagined will pop up.
Right.
So thank you for this, and I will never forget this type of challenges that you face.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tharu. And Taisei,
Yes.
why? This is not the first book that you translate. Why? Why do you want to do this? And overall, what have you seen as a team as benefit or the reception from the data management professionals in Japan for these books that have been translated to Japanese?
Yeah, I really firmly believe this book is really worth to the not only data professional and also who want to transform the corporations to the more digital or some another high levels. Those people will want to acknowledge this wisdom, I think. Yes. My name is Taisei. Sorry, I introduced myself, and I'm also Dhamma Japan Vice President, and I'm in charge of coordinating Dhamma International and finding people, international speakers for the annual conference. And Marie gave a lecture last year in 2024. Thank you. And this year we have a lecture next in November. And so first, I'm grateful to be involved in this highly valuable activities of bringing such a wealth of knowledge to Japan. And so there's one more thing I would like to share. This may be something only data professional here can appreciate. And it's similar to the stories like Mr. Miyaji mentioned. And I was once again struck by the similarities between the world of translation and the world of data. What I mean may be understood just by saying this. Steve Hoban has a book titled Rose Data Stone. As you know, the title plays on the concept of Rosetta Stone, a symbol of translation. And to refer to the semantic integration of data. So one of our specialties in data is resolving the integrating data from multiple different domains for the data analytics or for the linking of the data between the multiple domains. So we use the conceptual data models and or the business vocabulary to resolving the semantic difference. And in this translation works, it's as well as a similar line of thought emerged. As Mr. Miyaji mentioned, we carefully consider the appropriate mapping between the English and Japanese in both a word and its context. And the English word, as he said, the English word and the Japanese word often have too many relationships. And the only solution is to understand the context intended by the author. In that sentence, translating a book is not a simple conversion task. Then the translator are the people who are most seriously engaged with the author's idea, I think. So like scholars who study the Rosetta Stone, letter by letter, so this is similar to the attitude of data professional who resolves the corporate issues. So I would like to share this discovery of similarity between these two domains. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Taisei. I really, really appreciate the work of you three, but there's something in addition, not just the hard work that you have done, but being part of a DEMA chapter, it's very significant for me because, well, some people may perhaps do not know, but I've been related with DEMA International for over 10 years now, and it's deep in my heart, and I will always continue encouraging people to learn about DEMA and what the data management best practices are. So having a team coming from a chapter, it's very significant for me. So thank you very much for this huge effort that you did, this very good work. And Steve, well, you already started telling us about the relevance of the Japanese market, but what was your experience? Have you published a Japanese book before? I know that some titles have been translated, but from Techniques, has Techniques published other titles in Japanese? What's the experience with the format and all that sort of things that you need to deal with when coming with the final product?
Yeah, it's really fascinating. So it's I had the least amount of work at anybody on this call because Marilou wrote the amazing book, and Yasushi and Toto and Tasai, they did all the translation. From the processing of creating the book, it's very different. It's the same tools we use regardless of whether the book is in English or Spanish or German, but Amazon, for example, has a certain criteria to use when the book is in Japanese, because Amazon actually makes a very high amount of their revenue through Japan. It's not really fully disclosed the amounts, but it's probably counts for very big percent, especially with their digital sales like Kindle and so on. And so some of the differences are, should the book be arranged left to right or right to left? Also, converting to Kindle was a challenge because the Japanese characters did not translate the same way the traditional characters would translate in a lot of our tools. So it was causing some challenges there, but we were able to get over those challenges. And actually, this is our first book that we started translating to Japanese. We had another one that started around the same time on business architecture. And so what Yasushi was saying earlier about how a lot of times the business just sees the tools and the technology, and they don't realize how important the data is, data and architecture. It's so good to see these books will influence the market and hopefully make a difference there. So congratulations, everyone.
Thank you. And now I would like to hear Danette on two things. She has always encouraged me to spread the message across the world, because I think that's another thing in common that I learned from her, that she wants to bring her message on data quality across the world. And I say, okay, yeah, we need to bring more stuff for the data management professionals. But then what was your experience bringing your message with your book to the Japanese market?
Yeah, so it was still with the same good translators, which I really so appreciate. Yasushi and his team and everything that they did there, and everything that you said about the challenges in Japanese were all new to me also, Mary Lou. I had no idea, but there was one thing I really appreciated with the Japanese translation is it was clear to me how very detail-oriented. They read every single word. They came back with questions that no one else had ever asked, which meant that they were looking at it closely. They were thinking about it. They understood the subject, and I was very, very impressed with that. And so I felt with my book a lot of confidence that the Japanese readers are getting something that truly does reflect. Oh, thank you for showing that. Yes, I've got mine right here too. So this is the Japanese translation of my book, Executing Data Quality Projects, 10 Steps to Quality Data and Trusted Information. So that came out just in December of last year. And so it's really great to have Mary Lou's book now as part of this. And then you had mentioned David Plotkin's book. So David Plotkin's book also came out. So you've had a very, very busy translation team. What can I say? You know, getting these books out. But the thing that I really like about it is I think the three books make a very strong trio of books in the data management area. So Mary Lou's, the data strategy, it sets a really strong foundation. In fact, when Mary Lou and I were talking, I think, what was it, Mary Lou, like December of 2021, when we were at a DGIQ conference and you started telling me about this, and you started telling me about the idea of the business canvas, and Alex Osterwalder, I hope I got his name right, and that you were using that. Wow, it was so interesting to me. And so that was when I said, look, I think that would be other people need to hear this. I wanted to read more about it. So I was being a little bit selfish because I wanted you to write the book so I could learn from it. But I knew a lot of people really could get value from that. So this foundation of a strategy, so we don't just run off, you know, that ready, fire, then aim. You know, we need to get ready, we need to aim, and then we start doing that work. So your book, Mary Lou, really sets the stage for all of that. Then as a complement to where mine comes in, I'm focused on data quality. I take a really holistic view of data quality, and we need strategy to guide where we're going to go. And then David Plotkin's book on the stewardship then takes a more detailed view of that whole stewardship piece of the data governance that is really so important to everything that we do. So I'm thrilled that all three of them are available in Japanese, because as I said, I think it makes a really strong offering for people who are trying. Either you're getting started in this area and you need to learn it, or you might have some experience behind you, but there's always more to learn. I've been in this for over 33 years, and I still have things that I can learn. So that's one of the things that I am really most excited about, that we can bring this to the market, to the Japanese market. And just one last quick comment is, I do believe that data quality can save the world. I think anything we do with data management, whether it's the strategy, the governance, data models, architecture, any of that, what's the purpose of data management? High quality data that we can use, we can trust it when we get it, we have it when we need it. Every function, that is the bottom line for that. So because I truly believe that we can change the world through the work that we do with data, the more languages, the more we can spread this around the world. This data, the data issues, it is a global issue. It doesn't matter what country you're in. It doesn't matter your language. It doesn't matter your culture. We all have those issues. We can all learn together. We can all share. And it's really important to me that next generations of people coming into our field can learn our hard-won lessons and they can learn from that, and then they go on and they can do great things. But if they try to learn it all themselves with their own hard lessons, they'll never have time to do the great things. So I'm so excited, and I really appreciate the translators. I appreciate Steve for making sure this Japanese translation came out, and Mary Lou for all the work you did to put this together. I think it's really great. And I look forward to everybody go out and use what Mary Lou has offered you and go do great things. Save the world through data.
Save the world. I love that message. Let's go for more languages to reach more people around the world. Let's go for it. Thank you. Well, the book, something I want to mention is that I want people to put in practice the method immediately. So the book comes along with a web companion page. So can we bring the presentation again, please? There it is. The companion page is a place where you can find some of the images that comes in the book, so you can use them to do your own presentations, to go and get the buy-in from your senior leadership to start working on data strategy. But you also can find there the templates to start immediately working on the canvases, and as case study that can inspire you on how to fill out the canvases. So make sure to use that companion page. And at this point, I would like to give a huge thank you to Treehouse Business, because this is a team that is not only producing and letting us have this celebration in a live streaming, but the cover designer is someone from Treehouse Business. It's Christian Ichauregi, and I want to thank him because now his cover design is in Japanese as well. And I also want to give a big thank you to Carlos Sanchez, because he was the one responsible for putting the Japanese section in the web companion page. And remember, you can have your book with 25% in techniques portal. And with this, I just want to go around with a closing message from our guest here, and to end the session saying cheers and celebrating this huge event. So, Yasushi.
Yes.
And last closing message from you.
Okay. In my translator's preface, I mentioned that Danet's book on data quality and David's book on data stewardship were published and, through practical application, reached their second editions. I'm confident that my new book on data strategy will likewise build on practical experience and have a second edition published. I hope to join that community together with Japanese data management professionals. These three books we have in hand are the ultimate trio, like Danet says, that complement the how part of the DIN book. But it was 1,800 pages. So let's work hard together.
Thank you. Tharu, do you have any last message to share with our audience?
I also joined the translation of Danet's book, and this is the second opportunity for me. And I learned, of course, data quality and data strategy. And in addition, I got translation skill and Microsoft Word skill.
Hey,
Thank you for giving me such a valuable opportunity. Yeah.
thank you. Taisei.
Yes. At first I'd like to express my gratitude and respect to my leaders for sharing your experience and knowledge, such a really worthful knowledge, wisdom. And yes, I'd like to continue this helping to sharing this valuable knowledge. And I'd like to add one more. Your books, Mari's books, is already in some SNS committee in Japan, such as Twitter or Slack, and the data professionals are gathering together in those social networks in digital. And already it is many people is mentioned, and yes, I should buy this one or something like that. They say, yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Danette, a closing message from you.
Yes, well, I just wanted to acknowledge the fact that when your English book, the first book of this, came out, I think if it wasn't the first, it was one of the first data management books by a woman out of Latin America. Yes. So I think that is something to celebrate. So now we can say one of the first books, if not the first book, by a woman out of Latin America that's also available in Chinese. So that's a lot of firsts. And so really great cause for celebration. Thank you, Mary Lou, for letting me be here to be able to enjoy this with all of you. And congratulations again.
Thank you. Yeah, and I'm so proud and so I will be lifetime grateful for this that I'm living now. I have never dreamt with having a book. That was a dream, and now it's true. And in my dream, I never saw it in Japanese, nor in Chinese, nor in Portuguese. So I don't believe this. I don't want to wake up. So, Steve, a closing message.
Yeah, just very proud to be part of the team and very honored to be the publisher. An all-star team, wonderful author, wonderful translators. We may have more books for you guys to translate in the future. So congratulations, everyone.
Well, thank you. And with this, we end up our celebration. And with my last message that go get your copy. And not only that, put it in practice and share your experience with me through the web companion page. There's where you can also not only find the templates, you can drop your comments, whether you like it or not. Just give it a chance, give it a try, and let me know if it worked or not for you. But let me know. I will be reading. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Enjoy.